Hello, Discord. Chris Hansen here, Hansen versus Predators, to catch a predator and have a seat with Chris Hansen. Now I'm going to need you all to have a seat right over there because I've got something very important you need to know. What is it? Well, the politics server is the greatest server on the Discord platform. Also, Terry, stop right now. Remember, I'll be watching and listening. I'll see you soon on the TV and my YouTube channel. Take care, Discord.
Yeah, man, we have fucking 4,000 DMs together, and we barely like talk about anything except like gossip shit and blah, blah, blah. It's like a very much a 31-year-old talking to a 16-year-old. Like, I don't. People are being weird about it, but I that's on them. You can have the whole fucking DM. I mean, there is some personal information. I told you I don't want that out there. But yeah, I don't understand. Like, if there's anything.
Now, when you say personal information, like, what do you mean?
Um,
Just
I
so
just
everybody's
remember
clear,
telling
'cause
her
I think, you
my
know,
my li- my no
yeah.
no so we talked about our family a lot. She told me about her sister. She actually introduced me to a real life friend of hers who doesn't know about the politics Discord server as like a romantic interest kind of thing, and I hit it off with her. And so we talked about her family. She talked about her sisters, her father, her mom, how much she loves and looks up to her mom. And I would talk about my little sister and like yeah, like that's what we if we talked about anything other than like bullshit gossip, that's pretty much what we would talk about is me being able to relate somehow through my little sister also being 16, I guess. Um, but yeah,
Oh, I didn't know you had a sister.
yeah, I have two. I don't know why, but I've been getting pinged all day saying I don't actually have a sister. I have two sisters actually. I have an older sister and a younger sister. I just didn't grow up in the same household as them.
Okay.
I like whoever said that to me. I responded and I'm like, yeah, because that's actually one of the things I keep very, very private. So that came from one of two people. I think it was Olivia.
I see. Um, okay, so I guess we'll leave the first one alone. So that's the sassy little 16-year-old girl. And what do you mean by then there's the second one? I kind of wish we were closer, but you're my sister's age, and yeah. So
Okay, hold up.
I think I actually got that one. So I want to post it. So this is the context of that, right? And can you just like explain what this is about?
Let me see. Let me read it. Okay, so we were talking about like things to promote the server, like activity, and have a financial incentive. And yeah, the idea was like a best of five chess tournament type thing. Let me see. Hold on. I forget the what the disagreement is about uh the odd numbers of people on the council and why I cared. I was thinking about the UN Security Council. Um, and yeah, I'm like, it's my money because whoever wins the tournament, I was like thinking, give them $100 or whatever. And
Yeah, but like so, from an outsider's
oh yeah, right.
perspective.
Okay, right. Okay, I remember now.
Uh-huh.
The council thing. I insisted that like, so in my head, I'm thinking like, ultimately, no, like I'm 31, you're 16. It's gonna be run my way. It's like I said, it is my money. Like she is, how she is. It is my money. Like, and I just pushed back. I'm like, no, look, it, we're not friends like that. Um, I like talking to like I was trying to reassure her because she said I don't trust you, and that made me feel really bad. Or she said something about I don't think you trust me. Um, and I was just like, no, it's not like that. We're just not friends like that. You're my little sister's age. Like I can shuffle context if you want.
Well, okay,
Of more
so from an
context.
outsider's perspective, right? So
Yeah,
you're
go ahead.
how old are you? I think you're like 30 something, right?
One. Yeah.
31. Okay. And she's 16. So when you say to her, I kind of wish we were closer, but you're my sister's age.
Yeah,
Like
that reads
that
bad.
sentence
That,
reads
hold on.
really poorly, right?
Yeah, it does. I'm trying. That's why I'm going to try and get better context right now because that doesn't look good.
Yeah. So if you can just like try to like, 'cause like I said,
Because I remember what we were
a
talking
lot of
about. We were
people
talking
this
about
this kind of
ways to
spread
come up with
everywhere,
certain.
so we need to go through them one by one and make sure that everybody understands the context of what was going on, right? So yeah, that looks weird. Hey there.
Yeah. No, I'm reading. I'm trying to figure out because
It's okay.
we're going back through like 3 different topics at once.
It's totally okay.
Um, wait, hold on. I have to switch back and see what's the exact wording. Kind of wish sister's age.
How long were you talking to? Like, were you two like friends?
I'll check in a second.
Okay.
Wait, is that if you're looking at it, is that in the picture where it says makes me feel bad because I think you don't trust me?
Yeah, yeah, I can see that in the picture or in the one that I posted. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a little bit exonerating rhetorically, but let me read more context. I don't remember saying this, but I did say it apparently. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly we were talking about because we're waffling between 3 things. Talking about chess, talking about something else.
Okay. So what? Like, so right after you say, but you're both children. Like what's right
Yeah,
after that?
that's what I was trying to convey. I am trying to convey to her there's certain topics I will not broach, and it's not just like,
I see.
hold on. God, this is fucking retarded because of the way we type. Um,
Okay.
yeah, she's just upset because what I said about the council thing and me not letting her pick 3.
So it's the idea
And
that you wish you could be closer friends because you enjoy speaking to her, but because
yeah,
she's your sister's age, she's 16, you cannot be closer friends. Like that's what you're trying to convey to her.
yeah, absolutely. Like, so if I had to phrase it in a way that doesn't necessarily sound that good, I'm trying to convey like, hey, just so like the age gap doesn't just preclude sexual and romantic interactions. Like there's a lot of stuff that we don't broach. Period. And it's nothing to do with me not trusting you or liking you or anything. That's what I was trying to convey because when she said, uh, I think you don't trust me. I know how Beat typed and she typed with no fucking caps on nothing. I was like, I felt bad. And I was just trying to reassure her that it's not that way.
I see.
It's literally because she is a fucking minor. Like I don't know. I'm trying. Hold on. Let me read.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, we're talking about the chess thing. She's unreasonably upset about the. Let me see. About. Yeah, okay, yeah, we didn't really talk about it for that long. But yeah, she was upset about the stupid council thing.
Right. Okay. So now to the next one, which
Yeah,
is
I
the
mean, right there. Yeah, she should. Yeah, that's what it is. Terry, if we have to do a council votes to justify our friendship, it's okay. And then the not trusting her thing, and I'm like, no, I'm no, but like, there's things that yeah.
See, there's a few
yeah.
there's a
Yeah, I
few
even
hiccups
laughed
here
at
for this
that.
guy.
I said LMAO. Yeah, it's
One,
my money,
he keeps
and
shifting topics. So like
we're
when
not
he's
friends like
telling
that.
this
You're my little
story,
sister's age.
he's telling it from like every direct. Actually, I'll wait.
Got it. So the
I'll wait.
next one is about again, I don't think there's anything like pedophilic or groomery about this, but the I'm sensitive to that face when a 16-year-old girl makes me cry, but Muna can't. Um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so for context, for everybody in chat, Muna's a crazy person on the server that Terry's been very close with before. Um,
Is
so
he a girl?
can you like explain that conversation? Like, where did that come from?
I don't remember, but I'll look it up real quick. But it was a real moment. So yeah, hold on. What did Beat say that made me cry?
Yeah, the thing I read about
Oh,
that is you're making me so emotional. Let's read this. That's serious. Yeah.
okay. So hold on. Let me try and.
I love how he can't read any of them. He can't, like, he keeps going like, "Oh, I found it. I found oh wait, no.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna message you in private and say what we were talking. I can just show you. Hold on, and then so I was already emotional because I'm empathetic about what she said right 5 seconds before. Hold on.
Okay.
So just read DM real quick. You can check the time too. I'm not
Sure.
gonna say it in front of all these people.
That's okay.
So right, let me pull up the DM. So that made me really empathetic.
Okay, so I know that
And
you're trying to be respectful, right, to what you two were talking about. But the reality is, like right now, this person is accusing you of attempting to groom her, to fuck her.
right,
She's
but
16. So, and
that
she
that's
has
weird
no
though.
problem sharing your screenshots, right? So your like private conversations. So
I
I
mean,
don't think it makes
should I
sense to
should I
protect her, honestly.
do you want me to post her? I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
just be
saying go ahead
candid
and
about
post
what you two were talking about. Like you're,
it. Okay, hold
shouldn't
up.
be a problem.
So yeah, so right before that screenshot, she told me that she woke up and she told me that her friend died and she was acting like she didn't care, and it was like breaking my fucking heart because death is death. Okay, like I don't know what to say. So I was already emotional from that, and then let's see, right after that she started talking about something about leaving Santa's server because Dolly got invited, and it's a bit boring. I might retreat to my gaming
Yeah.
server.
So
She's in a bad mood because her friend passed
right.
away, whatever. And then, of all people, why invite Dolly? And I said I'm grateful we met. And then, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yo,
So you're
somebody
saying that
spent money on that.
Hold on. Let me
Yo.
just post it because what the
sure.
fuck? Why not? So, yeah, the unironic reality is I was already emotional, because I could tell the way she's talking that she's like talking about leaving the server. Her friend she woke up and her friend's fucking dead, and she's pretending not to care. Um, there was one line in particular that she said that really broke my heart because I could tell she does care, obviously. I don't know what to say. But yeah,
Okay.
she was complaining about Dolly. I said if Dolly does anything weird, I'll ban him immediately. And then she made a joke about Crystal, and I didn't get it at first. And then I reread it, and I started fucking laughing,
Yeah.
because she's so goddamn serious. But I said you're making me so emotional because she was talking about her friend, and she kept saying like K and talking like she did not care. And like I said, it broke my heart. I was emotional. What can I say?
Yeah, I understand. So you're saying that
I mean, look
um
at the timestamps.
right.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, we went on for a bit in between those two screenshots, and she's just acting like she did not care.
Right. So what
Or
you're saying is that so basically you two had a moment or like where she was very emotionally like raw because her friend just died that morning.
she was
That
behaving different.
that
We talk enough that she was behaving differently, and I could definitely
right.
sense it. And she had also informed me that her friend passed away, and I can pick up on that. Like when people start
Right.
typing with different cadence, and they start using different words and verbiage, and they're reacting different, and it's very
Okay, and
obvious
you're
when
saying
you
that
have.
she took that interaction that you had with her that so the thing you said to her about, a 16-year-old making you cry when you two were talking about her friend dying, and she used that to try to frame you as like a pedophile, basically.
Yeah,
That's
do
what you're
you
saying.
see at 9:35, right before I say you're making me so emotional, I say I hope you know I am really considerate of you. I'm sorry because in that moment I'm literally fucking heartbroken. Like her friend is dead, bro. And so I'm letting her know, like, I'm just reinforcing, like, this actually affects me too. I am vicariously affected by the death of your friend. That's what I'm conveying. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that.
I see. Okay, so the next thing was the meetup thing. So the dumb question, but I'm going to repost it because I think it's a little too high up now. So I'm going to repost it.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is what you're talking about. Meeting up and her inviting her older sister, her brother, her father, or something. I think there's another one that
Okay,
kind of
so
goes along with this one. So let me post that first. 1 second.
post a screen recording if you have it, because that one's easier to explain with context. Yeah, that one. So first of all, I was really excited about the whole idea of having a server in like 2024, 2025. That's a close knit community where we do things like political activism, fundraising, and traveling and meeting up and doing stuff. Hold on. Tuig sent me this. I'll post it just because. But this is essentially, I was just really excited and picking out a few people who I like and respect enough that I want them to hang around just in case in a few years from now it turns into something. And so like just generally, I would write people like this. And with Beat, we were talking, and she was like helping me or trying to. I don't think she said. I don't remember if she said anything. But I was like, I was asking everybody for ideas. Like, what's a good idea besides what I've already got? And then we were talking about the real life meetups thing, and Waffler. Yeah, Waffler.
Yeah.
Waffler invited me to. I don't know if she's in this VC, but she promised me a burger in London, and I've asked her like 3 or 4 times, like, hey, I can come get that burger. I don't think she'll let me have it now, but all 3 or 4 times she said, yeah, it's waiting for you, just come. And so I'm thinking like, yeah, bro, like I've already got a personal travel schedule that has nothing to do with Discord. Like I want to hit the Caribbean or the East Coast. I'm not sure. I don't know if I said that, but I was thinking it. And but yeah, then I pivoted to thinking about like because somebody else, I think Serba, not Serba, he's Cuban. Thor, the Danish guy. He's like, yeah, that'd be awesome, but I'm a Euro bro, so and I'm poor, so it's not gonna happen. And I'm like, well, okay, what about Europe? And I'm like, the UK. And immediately I'm thinking of Waffler. And I'm like, I'm gonna go get that fucking burger. And so I don't know. When we're talking about it, I was just cavalierly like, well, wait, you're in the UK too. You can come with your sisters or your dad or whatever. Um, like to be not there's like with no bad intent, no weird shit, just like off the cuff excited about the server idea. And yeah, I didn't want to be like non-inclusive. How I talk, I don't think before I speak. But there's no bad intent there.
Okay.
I can show the full context if you want. I don't know what the full context is, but I remember what my brain was doing. I pivoted to thinking about my own personal travel schedule, which is probably going to be the Caribbean in 2024, to thinking about like the server, potentially something happening in 2025, summer 2025. And I'm like, well, where else besides North America? And like I said, first place my mind went to is the UK. My brain does associations. I'm like, Waffler owes me that burger. I'm definitely getting that. And then another association, hey, Beat lives in UK. And I'm like, oh, but she's 16. Okay, but okay, you can come with your sisters or who she always talks about, or your father, who she always talks about. There's just a cavalier remark to be inclusive. There's no weird intent about it, and there's no intent at all. I was telling everybody, like, just speculating about what I could do if the server was successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she beat claims that so one of the things that came up, right? So when I was speaking to Beat, she said that yeah, it's true that this was said in the context of you two talking about that server, right? So it wasn't just that you're trying to meet up with her, but it was multiple people from the server meeting up all at once. And you were saying that she could bring her older sister or her father or something.
No, no, no. So I only ever talked in, like I said, 2025, like summer 2025, in the low
Yeah, I
percentage
understand.
chance.
But what I'm saying is that you weren't talking about meeting
ahead.
up with her even in 2024, 2025. Right? You were saying multiple people. So like you
I
just
wasn't.
said,
I wasn't.
Waffler.
Yeah, I wasn't talking
Yeah.
about meeting up with her at all. I was not talking about meeting up with Beat. I literally wasn't.
Wait, hold on.
I
You said in the DMs that she could come. So like that
No, right.
implies you're gonna
No,
meet
no,
up,
no.
right?
So in that sense, I did. But I mean, like, I wasn't thinking about Beat. I was just like, oh, you're in the UK too, but you're underage, so I don't want to be non-inclusive. So you got to bring your sister or your father. Yeah, I don't know.
I see. So she also claims that, and this is something where we kind of ran into a roadblock, right, in the little investigation that we were doing. Because
Oh,
she
is it the
claims
VC
that,
bullshit? Because she's lying. Like,
yeah. Oh wait, hold on.
I
So
don't know what.
to be clear,
Go ahead.
she claims that you also told her in a voice channel on another server that
Yeah,
you two
yeah.
could, uh, go on vacation together. That you said we should go on
Then you should
vacation.
then you should fucking ban her or ban me because that didn't happen.
Okay. So when I brought this up to you, you said that you've never been in a voice channel alone with her, right? And then
So I did
uh,
clarify and say I do pass out with my headphones on, and that could have happened because I've used Santa's VC 3 times, but 2 of the times were for movies, so I doubt it. And I checked the logs. I sent you all the logs.
okay, so you're saying that this time the thing that I just posted, you in the room one,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you must have
So
been
I
asleep when that screenshot was taken.
but the thing is, I checked all the dino logs for Beat joining or yeah, like there's no us being in the room together. So I mean, it's a few pixels over from showing when the date is. Why can't you get the full picture? And I can just, well, I don't have access anymore. But yeah, I don't know. We were never in VC alone together. I obviously we were, if that's not a fake picture, but not that I remember.
Yeah, what was interesting to me about this one is that this was
I don't know
taken
if it's I don't know if it's fake, but
right.
uh,
So again, so what was interesting to me was that this was taken like at the time, and she claims this was like a couple weeks ago. So to me, the fact that she thought to take a screenshot of you two in a voice chat alone together a couple weeks ago implies that she was planning to do something like this for a while, right? To like
I
expose you or
so
whatever.
so so in hindsight, I feel like she was actually low-key trying to do that this whole time. Now that I
I
see
see.
what she did working with Elmo, I actually feel that way, and I feel stupid for it because I
Okay,
talk too much. And I'm too nice.
I thought he was never
so
in a
what about
one-on-one with
this
her.
one? Were you just like, was this just like another offhand comment?
That's in public. If I'm willing to say that in public, I'm just yeah. I always talk about traffic. I don't know, dude. I say that shit in public.
Okay, but like you can
Uh,
understand, like, so somebody reading that,
hold on. I'm trying to
she's
think of
16, you're 31, and
the
you're
le-
saying like,
Twitty. He lives in Lebanon. I tell him all the time about how I'd love to come visit Lebanon and save kittens with him.
okay, but
I mean,
you're talking to Beat here, right? Who you've been having deep personal conversations with for like weeks or whatever, and you say to her, "Let's go,"
mm,
right? So let's go, as in you and I, let's go.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, it's in public. I don't know. I'm not serious. I'm not seriously soliciting a minor to meet up in real life in a public fucking chat room with 100 people. That's weird. Like somebody
Okay,
says, like Epic, for example, said about let's do something, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, it's a public chat room. Like, if you read some weird shit, and okay, I understand. Like, right? I understand, but if you're reading more into it than there's that is there, that's honestly on you. Like, if your thought process is, oh well, if Beat was like, hey, sure, come to Amman, I'm so for real, da 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 da, and that I would ever think about going through with it or anything like that, that's totally on you because that's not what I meant. That's just how I behave and how I talk in public.
I see. This next thing that people have been posting around. Oh, and to be
Like I'll
clear,
say it
so
to you.
go ahead.
Go ahead. if you think that's a serious solicitation of any kind, fucking ban me right now, bro.
Okay. So you also, because this is another thing that's going around, you also did send her money, right? And you say that it was for a plushie, right?
So it was, yeah, sent her money twice. Once to because I was having issues sending money to Epic, and she sent it to Epic, and she sent the receipt. And the second time, I believe I'd have to look, but I think she won like most active Nitro thing or whatever, and she had like a final plushie in her collection, and she was begging me for it instead of the Nitro. I think I'd have to check to confirm for real. And I'm like, fucking fine. How much is it? Like, she said she was short just a little bit, and she said, I gave her the exact amount, by the way, 21.19 British pounds. She said she was short that much, and I was like, okay, fine, get your stupid fucking plushie and complete the collection instead of whatever.
Okay. Um. Okay, so this one I think is like
And I said,
unrelated. Go ahead.
yeah, no, the Epic and the pocket change thing had to do with the
Dude,
exchange
I'm trying to be
rate
quiet
and
over this because
the
I don't want
fact
to
that you can
talk
only
over.
buy like 25 or 50, and Epic was like, don't waste that much money on me. And I forget how it worked out, but there's money left over, and I told her she'd keep it. It's like $9 or something.
Okay. So, um, so to be clear, like for people in chat, like Beat did say that Terry never said anything sexual to her, other than the sassy little 16-year-old thing, which I think you
That's
can
not sexual.
reasonably like. There's like an implication there or something, right? But like it doesn't need to be like a real thing. Um. So yeah, this is so I asked her directly here on the one that I just posted. If you ever suggest a meeting, just you and him. Any selfies, suggested links or pictures. If you ever said anything flirty or sexual to her, and she said the sassy 16-year-old girl. Other than that, not really.
Bro, I've never done or said anything weird. Like, she's taking it the wrong way. Let me read that. Ever suggest us meeting? Absolutely not. I mean, just outside of the broad like concept of a fucking successful server that does IRL meetups because the community can trust each other. Um, Send you selfies? Fuck no. Suggestive pictures links? God damn it. Nope, never sent her anything except my funny gifts, like the albino
Okay.
peacock.
Okay. Um. So this one is a little bit like I think it's like unrelated to Beat, but it's something that people have been posting. So I think they want like an explanation of the context of this. Someone posted.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool peacock.
Yeah, I know it's cute. Oh, that's that. You guys dealt with that. That's the I warned you it was coming because I had the insider. That's a fake screenshot from the Muslims.
Okay.
Smoke posted it and got in trouble for it.
Okay. So that one's fake.
Yeah, that's fake. You
Okay.
guys already dealt with this. The
Yeah.
fucking jihadist came at me, and I had my insider tell me. He was like in the VC. He's like, guys, they're like, we're gonna make a fake screenshot and fucking spread it. They were talking about it a week before they did it,
Yeah.
and
And to be clear,
and he's
guys, like
like, guys,
if you look at the
I think that's
the
go ahead.
profile picture, right? The profile picture in that screenshot, and then compared to Terry's like actual profile picture, like you can see that they're not the same, right? So it it's not difficult to fake screenshots like this, right? Or even just like making an alt account with someone's profile picture.
But yeah, I knew a week beforehand because the insider I had was trying to convince them not to do it, and they were like, "Fuck no, he deserves to die." Blah blah blah. Because I called Muhammad a child rapist, and because he is, and yeah. So about 5 days after that week warning, for about 2 days, I start getting these taunts, and then sure enough, Smoke drops it, and he got detained for like a month, I think. I thought you, I guess you didn't deal with it.
Okay. Um. So I guess here's where I stand. So people have been calling you a pedophile. saying that you're grooming this kid beat. I actually haven't seen any evidence of that. There are things that
Yeah,
would point in that
I
direction,
I don't
but
know why people would say that, except Beat misunderstanding things. I really don't.
well, again, so if you look at the 2 weeks ago or whatever, she took a screenshot of you two alone in a voice channel.
Oh,
This
I meant for
implies, I think this would imply to
yeah.
any like reasonable person that she was planning to do something like this for a long time, right? Like planning to expose you or whatever. So, um, yeah, it seems pretty clear that she was planning something like this. But, uh, and so far as I'm aware, right? So she says nothing sexual happened. That you never flirted with her other than that comment that could be taken as flirting, but is not necessarily flirting.
I refuse to
Um,
accept that shit. Calling a 16-year-old girl sassy is not sexual. I do that to my sister, and
right,
if you're insinuating I'm being sexual to my little sister, then fuck you.
right. So that's the beat thing,
Could use the
right?
same word in different contexts.
So there is another thing. Where is it? This person who I think this is Ugly Duckling's alt, right? The hot girls thing that I just posted.
Hold on. I just tabbed up by accident. Hold up. Oh yeah, that was the first time we called. She called me randomly out of nowhere. It was like the first. Yeah, that's the first and only time we've ever spoken. I mean, with our voice. She called me randomly. I was surprised. I was surprised and
Right.
caught off guard by how different she is than who I thought she would be. What did I say that's wrong? Hold on.
We call her like this is also a minor, right? That you're talking to here. Like this is Ugly Duckling's alt, so the person that you spoke to in voice chat would have been Ugly Duckling, who's a minor.
No. That's Ugly Duckling's actual account.
Is it?
Yeah, I remember this. We talked to her. This was
Okay,
the
well then,
only
And he's just
an
talking like
actual
this
girl
to
my
a minor.
sister's age, and you sound like one. Yeah, I totally, dude. I don't. I hope she's not in here. I expected her to sound like a butch lesbian, like I don't know, and be like aggressive and like
Definitely cute.
just the complete opposite of how she was. So
so
if you're
you knew
saying
that this was Ugly Duckling,
This
I
was
think she's
her
also like
main.
16.
yes, and I was caught off guard. That is she in here? I don't want. Fuck it. Okay, so she called me randomly, and we just, I talk. I can talk to anybody, and I was caught off guard by the fact that she
Oh,
behaved
so
how she
sweet.
behaved, and we just started talking about stuff. And randomly, she started crying, and I'm like, "What the hell is going on?" This conversation didn't last
Guys, I
long,
think he
less than
might
10
just be
minutes.
autistic.
And I'm like, what the hell? Something happened to her. She got lost. I don't know. But she called me randomly. And then she starts crying. And I'm like, what the fuck is in my head, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she just says to me in like a really, 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 really emotional voice. And I'm just being me, bro. She says, yeah, she says, you really care. And it was really drawn out. She says, you really care. I'm like, oh Jesus, like this regular ass conversation is a lot more than a regular ass conversation to her. So like, let me try to keep it positive and like, we never called again for a reason. I don't, I'm not comfortable with that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Other than what I said being like,
I think he genuinely doesn't
yeah,
realize
again,
why
I'm being
that's
reassuring.
weird.
She was crying. She said, "You
He
actually
might be
care."
super fucking stupid.
It wasn't what I expected.
No
I
way.
said what I said.
Okay, but like
Like,
you gotta understand, because this is another one that people are spreading around. So you're talking to a minor here,
but
and
correct.
you
But okay, so
say,
let me just say they are
sure.
spreading it
She
around
sounds
with
like
an
an
agenda.
angel, definitely cute. Your feminine and sweet voice was like caught me off guard for real.
No, I never said
Like
she sounded like an angel. That's weird. I didn't say that, did I?
she
No way.
says,
No way.
Kevin says I sound like an angel when I speak.
Yeah,
You
that's not
say
something I
you
would. That's not
definitely
something I would say.
what? Hold on, and you said Oh wait, maybe you weren't. So it was cute that I expected some completely different shit, and you're all like, there's like a
Butch
crying emoji.
lesbian, yeah. Butch
Then you say an
lesbian.
actual girl my sister's age, and you sound like one. Definitely cute.
I
So
was caught off
when
guard.
you said and you sound like one, you weren't referring to the angel thing.
No, and you sound like one. A 16-year-old girl, my sister's age. Like,
I
you
see.
sound like a normal 16-year-old girl. You don't sound like this butch, aggressive lesbian that I anticipated. I would never say no. Yeah, when you said that, I knew that I didn't say that shit. You sound like an angel. I wouldn't say that to a child.
I see. Okay. So
Okay, so what I was gonna say is, people spread it with an agenda, but do you are you looking at this and seeing something wrong necessarily?
here's my issue, right? So
I
the
think I
last time,
understand. But go ahead.
okay, well, tell me what you think my issue is.
I think I think maybe you have an issue with what I said earlier, which is, I talk too much. I'm too nice. I'm too willing to talk to people who I subtly know probably will end up doing what they do, what they always do, and I do it anyway. Um, I feel like you want me to be more mindful of that, but I don't know. Go ahead. Let me know. Especially with minors. Like,
Yeah. So the the last time you and I had a conversation about something like this, it was about that crazy bitch Muna, right?
oh
Um,
Lord, she is gloating right now.
right.
Go ahead. But what about her?
So
I'm messaging
it
right
was
now
that
because he's.
she was
It's
freaking
so
out
weird. He might be like
because
really stupid, but he's
one of your
lying about
friends
such weird
told
parts of
her
the
that
story.
you told your friend, or was like mocking her for like trying to get you to buy her a car, basically. Right, when you two were close.
Yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct. And by the way, that I referenced that earlier when I was talking to Serena. That you put it in my head. Don't involve not just younger people, but don't involve people in your shit. Because he showed me the DM with you saying don't get involved in Terry's shit, and I'm like, you know what? He's got a fucking point, and that never left me. And I was talking to Serena about it. I do go out of my way to cut myself off if I catch myself doing that with anybody, by the way, at this point. But
Yeah, but Terry,
yeah, it's a
like,
work in progress.
okay, I
Go
understand
ahead,
work in
I'm
progress,
listening.
but so earlier when I asked you, so you and Beat were very hesitant to show me all of your DMs, right? To be like clear. So I asked because I was like, okay, well, if this is happening, show me all the DMs,
Well,
right? Show me everything.
okay. So
Wait,
my
wait,
thing with
stop,
the DMs
stop,
is
so really quickly, really
go
quickly. So Beat said,
ahead, go ahead.
no, because her name is in there, and whatever, right? She like her personal information, like her name, is in the DMs. You said something similar, right? There's a lot of personal information in there. You guys
No,
had a
but
lot
I
of
say
like
something.
like personal conversations or deep conversations, and you
I
didn't
say
want
I say
that to
one
be
more.
made like public.
I say that's not. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm being accused of something. What am I
Right.
being accused of? And have her show it. Like, it's that simple. Why am I like
Yeah,
I'm
but
the
Terry, when you
fucking
said that you have
defendant here?
like 4,000 DMs with this person who's 16 years old, and you're both hesitant to show what's in the DMs because you guys have been having really deep conversations. It seems like you
I
didn't
wasn't
take
at
what I
first.
told
I
you
was
to
actually
heart, right? When I told you, like, hey, don't have private personal conversations with teenagers. Like, it seems like kind of went over your head.
okay. Well, no, it didn't. Beat and you can ask her. I don't know if she's in here, but Beat and me have not talked about any of my things that are going on except, like, let me think. Have we ever
You
mentioned
told me you
Muna?
spoke to her
I
about
don't.
your sister and like about your
Oh,
family,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
name
yeah, 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 yeah,
names.
yeah, yeah. We're talking about. I thought you were talking about relationships though, because you said you were mentioning
No,
Des and
I mean
Rocky.
like any deep like personal conversations about what's going on in your life. Like, oh, I don't like when I
What
told you
about it?
about this, it wasn't just not don't talk about your relationships with the teenagers. It was, hey, don't talk to them about any of your personal shit. Because like this kind of shit happens, right? Where people wonder, hey, why is this 30-something-year-old guy talking to a teenager like about deep shit in his life for like hours or
There,
weeks?
there, there, there's, it's not deep. there's nothing deep because there's not much in common. Like, I understand what you're
Terry,
saying, and the point about not involving them in personal stuff is well received by me at this point. Um, but she reaches out and hooks me up with a friend in real life, and we talk occasionally. And like, I make a comparison to my little sister, and and she says, "Oh yeah, it's." She's talking about doing her room, and she's like, "Yeah, I get my father in debt all the time." I'm honestly failing to see what the issue is, other than like if it's an issue, get children off the server, or make it
Yeah,
like
but Terry,
don't
plenty of
tell.
adults on the server don't have issues with talking to like children the way that you do. And I'm not saying the guy said it
How
doesn't
do
seem like
okay?
there's any evidence
Wait,
you ever
wait,
did
wait,
anything
wait, wait,
sexual, right, or
no,
intended to
wait,
do
wait.
anything sexual. But there's plenty of
Elaborate
evidence
that
that
one.
you were having deep personal conversations with teenagers that you wouldn't want other people to see. Not because it's sexual, but just because they're deep and personal.
What do you mean
And
I don't want
I
other
think a
people to
lot of
see?
adults don't have that
I have
problem.
nothing to
You've
hide.
had this
I
problem repeatedly to the point
I
where
don't
it's
have
become like a
anything to hide.
recurring issue, and I've spoken to you about exactly this multiple times.
Exactly about what?
About talking to teenagers about your private personal shit, like you did with the
Okay, and
Muna situation with that other girl.
and, and what have I done? What have I spoken to besides superficial stuff that's deep at all and personal with Pete?
Terry, when I asked you to show me the DMs, you said that you didn't want to because there was private personal stuff in there. You guys had a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why are you having private, personal, deep conversations with a 16-year-old?
Well, I said they were superficial. Like, I remember we were talking about my sister's birthday party.
If it's private
But
and personal and deep, like,
dude,
and if it's just
please.
superficial, like, why not just show me?
it's superficial in the sense that I think I mentioned how I wrecked my shoulder because I just danced too much.
Why would you have a
I don't
problem
know.
showing me that? Like, this is what I'm
I
not
don't,
understanding. So if it's just superficial stuff, like
because
why
there's either a
is it a
problem
problem?
because there's either a problem or there is not, because there's an accusation and there's no evidence, and like, you're not going to ban her for doing what she's doing, I don't think. And now, like, you're suggesting that I'm doing what wrong that other people don't do, and just tell me, be
Well, hold on.
clear.
Maybe so. Do you think that it's unusual for a 30-something-year-old guy to have private, deep, personal conversations with a 16-year-old
When you say
to
private
the
and
point
deep,
where you are uncomfortable with another adult in those conversations?
but I'm not.
You are. You
It's
didn't want to send them to me.
it's not like that. Jesus Christ! Like, fucking hell.
What do you mean? I told you, hey, just record the entire damn thing, and you didn't want to. You said that you weren't comfortable with that.
Let me see. Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, you asked. Let me get that real quick. And by the way, never mind. I'm not gonna start that. That's more drama.
Dude, if you were talking to your sister's friends and they were
Um.
like, if you were talking to your sister's friends one on one about this personal deep shit, that would be
Okay.
weird.
So the first message
It would be
me and Beast ever sent
weird.
was June 23rd.
Okay. So in less than a month, you have
Oh
like
no, no, no,
4,000
I'm
messages,
sorry.
or like a little
I'm
over a
sorry. I'm
month.
sorry. I'm sorry. June 20th.
Okay, so a little over a month, and you have like over 4,000 messages.
2,800 of me, but that's because of how I type.
Okay, so 2,800 are you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, so you're 30 something, she's 16 years old. You don't really know her at all. You've been speaking to her for like a little over a month, and you're having conversations that are deep enough that you're uncomfortable with me seeing them. And
I'm not.
I'm not saying that I think that you were like grooming her or having e-sex
I'm
or
not.
something.
I'm not uncomfortable with you seeing them. It's just I'm being accused, and you like. Jesus Christ. I don't know, bro. I'm okay. I repeat what you said. Like, what was the word you used?
So you've been speaking to her for a
No,
little
no,
over a month.
you said I'm
Yeah.
afraid of showing them to you or
I say
something.
you're
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. You were
I'm not.
uncomfortable with showing me the DMs.
Actually, you know what? Uncomfortable might be the right word, if
Yeah.
I'm concerned about certain things I may have said, like about my little sister and stuff, but not really. I mean, because I know you're not gonna leak anything.
Okay, but like, okay. So, 1 second.
I'm going through the DMs now. I mean,
That's fine. So while you're doing that, if someone who this isn't one of
yeah,
the trolls or one of the accusers or anything like that, okay? But
can
I'm
I
gonna
ask?
bring somebody up.
Go ahead.
Go for it. No,
Well,
go
I
for it.
wanted to ask you sincerely. I want a real answer. Why am I the one being accused and you can't just get the screen DMs or the evidence from her if she's concerned about personal information as well? Like, if there is a specific accusation, the DMs are right there. If there's just show one conversation where we're talking about something deep. Just one. Just
Wait, so
one.
so you're saying that you weren't talking about anything deep?
But like I said, superficial. Yeah, I have nothing to hide, and I'm not scared to show you. It's all superficial. Otherwise, she would just bitch about Santa, and I don't know. Yeah, talk about. Yeah, I'm going through it now. It's mostly bitching about Santa.
I see.
It just feels weird to me that you're suggesting that there's deep and profound conversations when it's all superficial
Well, that's what
nonsense.
you said. That I mean,
I,
like
I
I think I didn't expect you to not agree with me on this, but that's what you said.
what exactly did I say?
Okay,
I
1 second.
I said I'm too friendly. I talk too much.
Okay, 1 second.
Never said
I will post up.
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm posting what I'm talking about.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Sorry, just opened it.
It's okay.
Uh, where am I at? That makes good. Just show what I did wrong. Oh yeah, that was the main thing going through my head is I named names. I remember I'm pretty sure I never named my sister's name, but I would reference, hey, her best friend Jessica, da da da, stuff like that. And that was going through my head when I was thinking personal stuff. You're the one that said deep personal combos. I said I don't. I literally denied it, dude.
Ron,
I just named names.
you said I know I said some personal stuff about my IRL family, and so did she.
Yeah, like what we did on Halloween, my best friend's sister's name, that kind of stuff.
Okay, why are you?
But then
Is
you,
this,
but then you said,
why are you
you
having this
said
kind of
everybody.
conversations with the 16-year-old? Like, I don't understand.
Okay,
Like,
but
why does she know
but
your sister's name? Like, why is that relevant to her at
can,
all?
can we address what you just said though? Because you said
Yeah,
I claimed I was having deep and personal combos, and I immediately denied it. I laughed at you, and I said I just named names like Jessica.
you said personal stuff about my IRL family. No, I don't know. I
Is that not
consider
personal? Is
maybe we
that
have like a different standard, but I consider like
that's that's
mentioning
personal
what's
too?
going on with your family life to be like a pretty deep and personal conversation, and not something that you usually
Well,
do with like a teenager that you just met.
I said I think I said we had a good time trick or treating, and her
Then why would you have a
it
problem
had to do
showing
with
me
the
that?
I don't have a problem showing you that.
Yeah, but Terry, you did. You didn't want to send it to me, and you didn't send it to me.
Yeah, and I still haven't because I don't know what I'm being accused of.
Okay,
Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying. Okay, so I'm gonna pull someone up again. This isn't like a troll, right? And it's not one of the people spamming screenshots. He can introduce himself. I think that's up here.
Hello, I'm public servant or known as Tyson Nunn. Terry, how are you doing today?
Hello.
How you doing, Terry? Oh, can you hear me, Dibby?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, my
I
name's
don't think
Tyson.
anybody
I
knows
work
you.
as
So
I work as an ICAC investigator in Minnesota, so I deal with internet crimes regarding children, and I also work in law enforcement as a sheriff's deputy and criminal investigator. I've worked in law enforcement for roughly a year, but prior to law enforcement, I worked with the state of Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension as a ICAC liaison for them, working as a duty officer specifically for them. So I have multiple experience, and I've dealt with several cases and even ones that pertain to Discord, and we've worked in accordance with Discord and corresponded with them with several subpoenas being served in regards to child predator investigations or anything regarding minors or juveniles or crimes against children. I'm working directly with the IC3, which is a federal tip line, and as well the Department of Justice.
okay.
So, yeah,
So you've been listening to the conversation.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to share your thoughts. So what do you
So
think?
Terry,
Or
so I have a few questions for you. So
yeah, yes, sir.
So
Uh,
in your original statement that you had made prior to stating that you were now going to be fine with providing evidence of the situation, you had stated prior that you were hesitant on showing DMs, which Doobie had made that claim there. So my general question is, why is it now that you're wanting to be open and forth to providing and being cooperative with the server administration here?
Fucking JCS.
I'm not. So immediately when he asked me in
Exactly.
private, I was like, "Fuck it." I literally reached for my phone and I was going to screen record every single message. But then I was like, "Wait a minute. Why am I doing that? She can do it. I'm the one being accused, and that's where we're at right now. So I
Okay,
don't know what to
but
say
why would you put off the task to her of her sharing the screen? I mean, you're the one being accused. Why wouldn't
because
it be
I'm
within your best
innocent.
interest?
Because I'm innocent. Because I'm innocent. I didn't do
Okay.
anything wrong.
I know it's a common statement to say this, but isn't it normal that if you're innocent in your own words, and please let me finish this, that if you are innocent, that you'd be more than willing to cooperate with server administration and show your innocence that you are not guilty? That's my main question. What's the holdup there? Like, what caused that? Why did you
Doobie, am I
personally?
supposed to read that?
That's just the rest of the conversation where you started to refuse to show the DMs basically, or show them.
Hey, Doobie, I have a
Yeah,
question.
when you first asked, I literally reached for my phone and I was gonna do it, and then I realized this is bullshit. I've been dealing with this for years, and you guys can go fuck yourselves. If you want to accuse me of stuff, do it. Show the evidence. Bring it forth. Why am I screen recording the DMs? Forget the personal information. I'm the one being accused of some vile, evil shit. Go ahead and prove it and do something about it. Otherwise, fuck off. That's how I feel.
Okay. And I'm sorry, what were you saying, Mr. Public Servant?
So, as I was going to question this here, just real quick, just a question for you, Doobie. Is there any documents or like official investigation things, such as a Google Doc, in like accordance to this investigation here? Anything that the
No,
server administration? Okay, any official notes? Okay,
no.
I saw if there are any like brief reports or any incident reports I could be able to review over that. Was there any tickets filed that are potentially archived?
No. It's all
Okay.
just been through DMs, and I've been doing it on my
Okay.
own.
Was this original situation? Who's the other individual here? The victim, alleged victim here, or end user?
So
I'm the
the
victim.
alleged
I'm the victim.
victim.
I'm the victim of targeted harassment here. I'm the only fucking victim here.
Terry. Just let's try and
Yes, sir.
de-escalate here.
What's your,
And I'm trying to ask Doobie a few questions here. I'm just trying to get all the parties involved with the situation and make my own personal notes
nah,
here. So
brother. No, brother. We're cool. We're cool. What do I address you as though?
you can just call me Tyson or public servant or info.
Tyson. Got it. Yes, sir.
Yep. All right.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
So, who was the alleged victim here? The one on the end here, the one that we're the
So
one that was
there are
military.
two of them right now. So
So
one
we
is
got
called Beat, and she's a 16-year-old girl, I think from the UK. The other is another. I think the other one is 15. And that is the ugly duckling girl.
She's 16.
Is she from the U.S.?
I don't know, but she's also claiming that Terry was inappropriate with her in those DMs.
That's also a lie.
Okay, Terry. So
She. I mean,
you mentioned so
she,
why? I'd like to hear what the response is to that.
to what?
To the how she's lying about
That I was
how the
that I was ever
conversation is
inappropriate with
inappropriate.
Duckling.
Yes. How your conduct
Uh,
was unacceptable.
I don't know what to tell you. It's a
Bro
lie.
says she's 16.
I mean, Are you aware of anything she said? Was there anything made to your personal knowledge of that was a lie?
She never behaved inappropriately with me. I never obviously behaved inappropriately with her, but we had a 15-month stint where she was convinced that there was something wrong with me, and she tried to pedo bait me. She has an account called Alice with a fucking heart, and she tried to like
Sister?
try to get me to be to fraternize with. I knew immediately what was going on, and I didn't realize it was Duckling until somebody else told me from the Blue Politics server that she got busted doing that. And she's just a little kid fucking around, and like it's
Okay,
her
so
thing. She does
sticking
it
to
every day. She
sticking to
finds
one topic,
opportunistic.
Harry.
She listen. She finds opportunistic predators and no remorse to them, and exposes them. But she tried to do that with me. Like I'm an opportunistic predator for 15 months, and then her guardian broke down. Her 35-year-old guardian and started fucking apologizing, and we were friends, I guess, me and her guardian and her up until
How did
2
you meet
days
the
ago.
Guardian?
I met her guardian because her guardian messaged me and suggested some
Her
shit,
legal
and I
guardian.
refused. No, no, no. Her lesbian. Okay, so like
Define guardian in your own terminology here.
I say internet guardian because it's actually a married lesbian woman that lives in Germany, and they're trying to adopt Duckling out of her country because she's legal in that country, which is 16.
Okay.
From her parents, by the way, subvert the parents.
Alrighty.
They're fucking weird. But anyway, she argued with me for 15 months, insisting not to talk to Duckling and that I'm inappropriate, that I'm sus. And then eventually she realized everything was every accusation she levied it. I'm talking about the Guardian, the 35-year-old woman. She basically broke down, cried, apologized, said you can be friends with Duckling, you can talk to Duckling.
35
I'm so
correction.
sorry this happened to you. And then just 2 days ago, Duckling wanted something administratively done on another server, and I said, "Not right now. I'm annoyed at you." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Because," and this is true, in the past hour, I've had 2 people call me a pedophile and reference your name. And as soon as I said that, she unfriended me, and everything started getting weird. And so, yeah, I believe. And then the next morning, Beat DMs me saying, "Oh, after what I heard from Duckling last night, I don't think I feel comfortable with you." Uh, it feels like a total setup to me, but that's just looking at it in hindsight.
Okay. So just to kind of reiterate over here what you said, just from my notes that I've taken so far here, is that Duckling wanted some Discord management done here, and that you had denied, and basically said, "Hey, I'm not going to do that because you were annoyed because of some
Yeah,
allegations."
I'm usually with people who I am friendly with. I'm usually super quick to do something if they ask. But I was in a bad mood, and I told her, "Not right now. I'm annoyed at you," and that's not a typical response for me. And so she was like, "Why?" And I told her why.
All right. So I'm just gonna get straight down to the bacon and beans of this all here. I know it's weird terminology to say this here, but I'm gonna ask, just getting straight to the point here, is can I ask, like in your personal values here, like just for contact with a minor like that, like what's the just the way of the demeanor and what I've been told of how you've been interacting with these individuals here is what's your thought process on that with your interaction with the minor the way that was allegedly stated is okay? Like what in your thought process approves
That's
self
a really fucking big question. I actually don't know what you mean by that because I don't know how people perceive my private
okay.
conversations since
What age
they
can
are
just
private.
correct
But
me?
I'll answer it like this, and then you can go. My unironic opinion, after thinking about it and talking with a lot of people, um, probably sometime late last year or early this year, I came to the pretty firm conclusion that, well, first of all, I felt this way for a while. The voting age should be lowered to 16, and the age of consent laws should be up to 20. That's what I feel. So, like, I'm not sure what your question
Bro,
is,
what?
but
What?
even at 31, I think it's kind of strange talking sexually to somebody who's just legal at 18 and 19. To the point
Well,
where I would be okay if it was illegal.
That's because they're fully developed. Majority ND.
No, they're not. Your prefrontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 25.
Well, it's
Wait,
an,
Terry,
this
hold
man
on, but
having a
haven't you
fucking-
like? I mean, I've seen DMs where you're talking like recently, where you're talking to like an 18 and 19-year-old, and you're like making sexual comments toward them. So how does
Yeah,
that
that's
make
true.
any sense?
Hypocrisy is real. But what 18-year-old are you talking about? Because I don't think that's correct.
Epic,
I
for
can't think
example.
of
I think Epic is 19, and
No. She's
she
turning.
asked you not.
She's turning.
She asked you not to sexualize her, and you said something like, "Oh, well, I like you, and you're an adult," or some shit like that. So if you think the prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until you're 25, like why would you make those kind of comments toward her?
Bro just got debate
Especially
road.
if she
Bro
asked
got
you
debate
directly
road.
directly not to sexualize her.
I didn't say the age of consent should be 25, did I? But what did you say right besides the Epic thing? That distracted me.
Yeah. So again, there are others that I'm aware of that I've seen where you're like hitting on an 18-year-old or 19-year-old or whatever.
That's what I wanted to say. That's what I want to say. Epic turns 20 in a couple months. But
Wait, hold on. But by your own standard, wouldn't that be
exists,
grooming then? Like, so wouldn't you think that you're grooming Epic if she's like a few months away from being 20, and you think the age of consent should be 20?
I've told Epic herself I think it's weird.
But hold on. So would you say that you're grooming Epic then, given that you think the age of consent should be 20?
What do you mean grooming Epic?
Hold on.
We're just friends.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. She asked you not to sexualize her, and you continued to, right? You said, "Oh well, I can find the DM if you want to."
No.
But in the DM, she asked you not to sexualize her, and you say something like, "Oh, well, you're like a woman, or you're an adult woman or something, and I like you," or some shit like that, or and these are like facts or some shit like that. Like I forget the exact wording, but you were basically saying, you're gonna sexualize her because you're a dude, and she's a woman. So if you think the age of consent should be 20 and she's 19, like wouldn't you be grooming her by your own standard?
Hold on one second. But we've only been friends. Like she's got a thing with a guy. I'm not sure what you're suggesting, like grooming. Like what do you think my intention is or was?
By your
mean,
own moral standard that you've set here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just came to that conclusion. Hypocrisy exists. Like it's been 8 months, and she's almost 20, which is the
Okay, so you agree that you would, like, by your own standard, you're grooming her?
I'm being a hypocrite. Yeah.
He's acknowledged that he's grooming her by his own standard.
Well, yeah, but that's not the standard of society, is it? Does anybody think?
Okay, but it's by your own.
Groomed?
That's by your own moral standards.
No, I don't agree with the word groomed. That's weird. That implies I had intention. She has. We're just friends, so like I don't know why the word grooming is being used. But yeah, 19 and 31. Even if a few months from 20, yes, it's weird. But that's if it's more than friendly.
Okay.
So like what
okay, so as questions go here, I actually did have a few more questions here I wanted to ask that I noted down here. I have an investigations document here that I go off of anytime I do any sort of formal questioning like this. So can you like describe for me what friendly is to you? Like what sort of friendly interactions with like minors as such is like friendly to you? Like what do you believe is the friendly standard?
I'm not being disrespectful, but do you understand and do you delineate between these three words: platonic, romantic, and sexual?
Well,
yes or no?
I understand
do you?
that too. Platonic.
Do you delineate? Do you separate those three words? If I answer this question.
Well, romantic and sexual have a very big correlation to each other.
Okay, fine. Group them together. Do you completely separate platonic and romantic and sexual? Do you understand the difference and do you make that distinction? Yes or no?
I'd have to look more into it, but I believe that there's correlation with all three terminology.
Okay, well, I can't answer your question if you don't know what you're talking about. If you don't know what a platonic relationship is, I can't answer your question. Sorry.
Well, let's look at a societal definition of it here.
Yes, sir. That's what Google is for. When you don't know things, you go to Google.
So basically, a platonic relationship are close friendships without romantic or sexual features. So,
yeah.
Do you have a different understanding of this? I mean, do you have a different moral idea?
listen, I don't have a definition etched in stone, but that sounded good to me.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
So you had a platonic relationship with her? Or
I have a
these
platonic
individuals?
relationship with literally everybody I talk to. That's how it works.
Okay.
Me and you have a platonic relationship right now, even if it's a bit tensious.
Well, how do you know that everybody's close with you? How can you ensure that?
What kind of fucking interrogation is this? This is weird. I don't. What? Why would I assume people are close to me?
Well,
Did
that's
you not just read
what
the
you're saying.
definition? Okay, bro. Reread the definition of platonic for me, please.
I've already read it and I've understood it. Yeah.
Well, you forgot because you're talking like a moron. So, move on or repeat it.
Okay, so are you going to insult me? Are you going to be a rational person here? Or are we going to have a simple conversation here? Because I'm trying to be very calm and cordial with you here, Terry, and I'm trying to give you the
Hey,
benefit of the
bro.
doubt here as I give
We,
everybody here.
we can do all three, or we can just do two minus the insults if you stop acting like a moron.
How am I being a moron? I want to hear this.
You asked me a question about how I behave platonically, and you don't know what the fucking word means. You had to Google the definition.
No, I'm asking you, what do you define as friendly? How do you know if these people are close to you? How do you know on their own personal belief? Have you asked these people, do you actually see, like, hey, are these people comfortable?
What does the word reciprocation mean to you? Can you define that word, or do you need Google?
Well, it comes to mind, yeah. Well aware
So,
of what it
so
is.
let me phrase it like this: do you know what a conversation is? Yes or no?
Yeah, well aware of what it is. We're
Uh,
having one right now.
okay. So when you have a conversation with somebody, right? You're generally friendly, I would hope. Yeah.
Okay, having a conversation does not mean that you are automatically close. I'm not
No.
going to debate that. That's just
Of
simple
course
there
not.
in fact. Okay, so then it goes back to my argument there. As you literally just said with us just talking here for a few seconds, you just said that we were having a close platonic relationship here. So therefore, you just went against your own word again. So you're tripping up
Also,
on
do we?
here. Terry, you're tripping up on your words here. There's been multiple flaws within your statements here, and you pretty. I'm going to be honest with you.
Bro,
We have you by the balls.
you
We have
literally
you by
said
the
you don't
balls.
know what you're talking about.
I do. We have you by the balls. And here's the
You
deal.
don't have shit by the balls.
It's okay.
You want to talk to
Okay,
me
okay,
like that?
okay,
You want to
okay,
talk to me like that?
Terry,
Go
Terry.
grab your balls and tuck them between your
Uh-huh.
legs, bitch.
Terry.
What's
Wait,
good?
Terry,
How
can I
about
say
this?
something?
Okay, let's say if I pursue this with the Department of Justice, who oversees everything. Let's say I actually get them to go issue stuff with the DOJ and actually get them to
Do
go
it,
send stuff over
do it,
Discord.
do it, do
If
it,
I
do
have
it,
them go
do
look
it.
over and subpoena every single record on your account, what would I
What are you
have?
doing?
What can I
You
find?
threatening me, bitch? They already
No,
doxed me. Go ahead, call the police, submit the evidence, call the prosecutor,
I am the
fucking
police.
contact the. Oh, you are the police. Then why am I sitting here talking to you and you're just
So I'm
fucking.
asking you questions. I'm investigating the situation here. I'm not acting in any official capacity, but I'm just giving my own professional advice and contribution to the situation here. That's why I was brought up. That's what
So
the
can
DDA
I?
was.
So can I? Button. So someone else would like to come in and speak. It's not
Okay.
Epic. I don't know why Epic's in here. But it's actually
Probably
Endricus.
because.
Who I posted those screenshots in the chat.
Is
in
that
general.
is that the trans person?
Yes. So
Okay.
Endricus, if you can raise your
I
hand on the
don't.
stage, that'd be really helpful.
Where's the
I don't remember talking to them.
where's these screenshots at?
They're in the evidence channel.
Okay. Evidence. Let me take a look here.
Oh, that's not good. So yeah, I remember in 2019, 2020, I
Hold
was
on
trying
one
to figure
second.
out.
Let me get them in here.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey,
So Endricus, you said that you were 14 at the time this was said.
Yeah, because I was just basically like, oh, well, he's on trial. I wonder if he's done any weird shit to me, you know? And then I was like, oh, well, fuck. Basically.
So you feel like he
Yeah.
was being inappropriate
Well,
with you?
so real quick, that is inappropriate. I have no excuse for that.
Yeah.
That's I'm an adult thing. especially if I'm
hold on, but
underage.
and you knew that she was they were 14 at the time.
Then he said
I
that's
don't know. Did I, Andrew Chris?
I was pretty public about me being 14, 15 at the time for one, and also at the time, I admit I didn't really know what I was talking about. You
Can
know,
you
in
admit?
terms of
I mean, because I do remember you. I was. Tell me. I mean, if I'm lying, I was genuinely curious about gender dysphoria and like trans stuff, and I was like asking
yeah,
questions and
I'll get more of the conversation, but you know, I'll get the rest of the pictures.
no, but anyway, yeah, I'm looking at that. That was 3 years ago. There's no excuse for that.
Yeah. So here I am, the random person coming out of the woodwork, and it seems to always happen.
Bro,
Let me just get the
Doobie,
rest of the call.
Hold on, let
Doobie.
them speak, please.
Yeah, she's
But
getting the screenshots.
That's fine.
That's literally that's the first thing I've read that I said. I don't remember saying that, but that's definitely inappropriate.
yeah, well, not many people remember saying that. I know I haven't been very active lately, and that's because I've gotten a social life now. But
That's good.
anyway, I'll just send the rest of the conversation to Doobie real fast. If you need a higher quality image, I will send it on. I will upload it to Google Drive real fast so it can just be more readable. Cause I know Discord compression is just
Okay. Oh, that is
yeah.
the
Let me
longest screenshot I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit.
yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible.
So yeah,
On
I'm
Samsung phones it is. Let
I'm
me
going
just
through.
quickly manage access. Yeah, let me just.
Okay, so I'll post it 1 second. Again, that is the longest fucking screenshot I've ever seen.
Yeah, let me just manage access.
Hey, Doobie,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Sure.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a conversation
There's
about.
the rest of the conversation.
I'm reading the whole conversation. Yeah, it's just me asking about trans stuff and da 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 da, and like being genuinely curious. About the
Yeah,
dysphoria in
but
particular.
the fact was, I was 14, and yet you were speaking with genitalia about me, while at the time, if I recall correctly, you were aware of my age. Especially
Did we
since I was
talk
pretty
about?
So
open about
he was
it.
speaking about the male anatomy with you.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, so she's the first one that brought up surgery, and she said I'd like it at some point as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said I've thought about it. If I had gender dysphoria with my personality, I think I'd be okay with a dick. Just more talk, talking about yeah, just mindset, support system. We just talk about church, a bird, her bird, and that's it.
Okay. So
And I've read. I don't see anywhere where you told me your age. And I'm being sincere here. I'm being sincere here. I for some reason I have you in my head as definitely not that young back then. I thought you were like 15 or 16. You and Crystal, the ones that
Yeah,
draw, I always
14,
associated you two.
yeah. I think it was about like 14 or 15 around that time. It was 2020, so.
And I don't have your birthday in notes either. I'm really
Yeah, but okay, but
look. I'm
the
not. I'm
thing
not
was,
making excuses. By the way, that
well,
is
yeah, well, in the
inappropriate.
DMs
It
you
is.
say at your age, so it seems like you knew
Oh,
what your age was.
did I?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I meant a minor though, or because
You say, "LO, some girls do grow a mustache at your age," which implies that you knew what their age was.
the exact age though. I am having a very, 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 very hard time imagining I knew she
Yeah.
was 14 years
Al-
old and would say
I
dick.
like how
Like
sometimes you
Yeah,
can
I
and
have
remember
very hard years.
everything.
Also, if it's relevant, I'm 17 and a half now, so this is quite a while ago.
Yeah, and there's also this is like I've dealt with a lot of like actual pedophiles and shit, right, on Discord. And this is something that's really common. I'm not saying that you're a pedophile, but the you're mature for your age thing is extremely it's an extremely common thing that you see. So I think it's a little bit troubling that you said that to them.
Who are you
Especially while
talking to me?
discussing especially while discussing, this kind of stuff with again,
I
you
never,
were
I never said that to her, to Andy Chris.
I just posted the screenshot. You're an
Let me
outlier for
see.
your
Hold
age.
on. Oh, let me see. Yeah, I meant that. I meant that. I meant that. Um, but I understand what you're saying though.
Okay.
All right, a moment here. I'm just looking at it, the last bits of pictures here.
Yeah, I was impressed with her self-reflection and honesty because she kept letting me ask questions and further get into the psychology of like, well, because obviously like I don't know anything about trans issues, especially in 2018, 2019, 2020. And I was just remarkably caught off guard a little bit by how forthright she was with me, and I didn't even like ask permission, I don't think, to ask questions after a certain point. And
Okay.
I called her out. Go ahead.
Okay, but Terry, the thing was, I was at the time, I just thought I was helping inform somebody.
You
Didn't
did.
realize how
You
wrong it
were.
was, because again, I was just a kid.
Yeah, I understand that. I should never have said that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
for what it's worth, you that person when I first joined the server, a few others like Dolly have actually helped me understand trans issues and trans things quite a bit, and that's what that conversation was about. I'm sorry I said what I said. I make no excuse for that. I
Yeah.
don't believe though that I do not believe I said that knowing you're 14. I think I said that knowing you're a minor.
Terry, I have a question.
Yes, sir. What's up? I forgot your name.
So it's Tyson. But so just to kind of wrap things up here, I'm still going to be going into the final section of stuff here because I assume we all have things to do here tonight, and we all kind of want to continue on here with the community. Um, so I'm going to be straight up honest with you here. Some of the stuff and things that you've been saying, and some of the evidence that has been displayed here, is very well similar to another case that I've investigated.
Oh yeah.
I'm not at liberty to discuss who it was, obviously, because that's all private information. But
Okay.
neither me nor my
I live in the state of Florida. Contact the state attorney. Send
Okay,
him
well,
everything.
I actually know a special agent with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, dude.
so contacting Florida officials is not that hard. But in terms of just talking to you, can I ask what makes it believe for you personally that like it's okay to pay for kids to fly out to where you are for meetups and stuff like Discord meetups? Like, what's the
Fucking insane.
okayness of that?
False
There,
premise.
you're minors.
I don't think that's acceptable. I don't know why you would say that.
But then you said it. I mean, it's in the evidence there. You wanted to do that.
What did I say? I
Whoa, whoa,
said
whoa.
that a minor can tag along with her parents. Is that what I said?
But
Because I
even
think
with the
that's what I
parents,
said.
man.
What do you mean? What do you mean? If her father says, "Hey," if she says, "Hey, there's a Discord meetup, and there's like a lot of people on Discord in London, and you know how much I'm on my fucking phone, but they won't let me come, and it's weird because I'm underage. Would you come with me?" And her dad says, "Fuck yeah." What's inappropriate about that?
Well, the father might not be a good parent. Then I'd refer the father to CPS himself.
Okay, you're
Also,
judging
that
other people's parents now.
also that
Get the
happens a
fuck out of
lot.
here, bro.
A lot of kids get victimized because the parents like allow it to Or not allow,
Well,
but they get
Okay,
tricked
well,
into situations.
was that all, Mr. Public Servant?
I
Yeah, let
think
me know
that's
how that case goes for you.
Yeah. Should
If
I
you need my
probably
name, DM me.
should
Are
I
you
probably
wanting-
just like
Are you
step down
wanting to
from as a
provide
speaker?
information?
Oh yeah, that'd be great, Jerry. Thank you.
I mean, if
Should
you're
I
wanting to
probably
provide me information, Terry, I mean, I'll look into you and I can do all that, and I can forward all the information over to
Bruh,
ICA
they ain't gonna
too.
waste that money. You're full of shit. Yeah, but yeah, sure. Hit me up, DM me.
I mean, can't you tell me publicly you're already?
I'm not gonna dox myself in front of 350 people. I already did it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
waiting on
that's
I'm
not
waiting on the I'm
okay.
waiting on the police to show up at my house so I can tell them to fuck off.
354.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Mr. Public Servant.
What's popping, Drac?
Yeah, good luck with your
You can
case, bro.
leave the stage up
Hey,
here.
did we?
Jerry.
A
Do
pedo's
definitely
being
thank you for
exposed
this
right now.
opportunity here to
You
come
missed the
chime in here
majority
and
of it, but it's
contribute to the
gonna
community
be
here.
recorded
Yes,
anyway.
sir.
So
We
cool.
appreciate your public service as a secret agent.
Not secret, but okay.
Yeah,
He's
thank you.
quite literally a public
A
servant.
public servant.
If
Whatever
you
you
want to
do.
stay in contact to be regarding
I-
this.
if you actually go after evil
Hey,
people
thanks for the
and
follow,
get
buddy.
them prosecuted, then I applaud you, brother.
I don't
But you're being a
investigate people.
what? Okay, I don't give a fuck. Get out of here.
Well, thank you, Mr. Public Servant again, or Tyson, or
Hopefully we can
whatever.
connect after this, Doobie.
Sure.
All right. Thank you all, and I hope to see you all in the VCs here. Thank you.
See ya. So I don't think anybody could say that we didn't go through everything, right? And there's one more thing. People were claiming that you sent a 16-year-old lipstick like at her house. Is that true? Like, what can you say about that?
No,
Jesus.
that's not true. I've never bought anybody lipstick.
Jesus
Period. I
Christ.
don't know what that's about.
Okay. And do you know where that comes from? Like the rumor comes from?
Nope, no idea. Nobody's let me think. Has anybody ever asked me to buy them
Look at
lipstick?
this. This was one of them that was sent.
No, I don't think so. No,
The
not
other
really. I mean,
thing
I
that was sent.
posted a picture of a bunch of makeup and lipstick I bought my
This
cousin for
is
her
a
birthday.
mega thread.
Other than that, my brain doesn't associate lipstick with a goddamn thing. No, I've never bought anybody lipstick, bro.
Okay. So,
Actually, yeah, there.
like I said, I don't think anybody can say we didn't go through like everything that people were saying. Again, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but we don't condone doxing at all. So if you post any of his personal information on the server, you will be permanently banned. Terry, how do you think this has gone? Like, how do you feel about things right now?
I feel like I have been treated a certain way because I'm so tolerant and accepting, but I feel like you're fair with me, which is good enough. But I don't think that the people who consistently do this shit are punished adequately, nor the staff who ignore it and cavalierly just let it happen because it's happening to me. That's what I think.
Okay.
Like beach should be banned, duckling should be banned. Who else? I would definitely look into Maya. I don't know how involved she is, but the fact that she's getting people off your server to send minors money and then getting them in legal trouble, like even if they're
You
doing
sent the
bad
money,
shit, that's
dumbass.
like, do you want that here? That's weird. But that's you. That's your server. That's your choice.
Okay. So I guess
otherwise,
go ahead.
yeah. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about anybody except what you think and what Olivia thinks. And Olivia's made her decision. She turned on me, so don't really care.
Ollie, like the okay, yeah.
Yeah, she it's complicated psychology. We'll see what happens. Give it a few weeks.
Okay.
But it's probably over.
Okay.
Which is all I care about. I don't care about getting swatted. You know, actually I do care if like a Muslim shows up to my house because I don't have to shoot him. But if it's just the police, we're good.
Okay. Um. Okay, so I guess, like I said earlier, my position on this is I don't think that there's any direct evidence of you like talking sexually to children, like maybe like
There is not.
implications.
There's not. There is no direct sexual talk between
Like
me and
there's
any
some things where
children.
you were like inappropriate, like with Intricus, and I think some of the stuff with Beat was inappropriate. Um,
I admitted to that one comment with Indicris being totally inappropriate.
That's not
Right.
good.
I'm not
So-
avoiding accountability at all.
Okay, so my issue is that like we've spoken about similar stuff like a lot. I feel like this comes up like pretty often, right? And I typically it's bullshit when I look into it because I do look into this stuff, right? People make this
I know,
kind of claim.
I know you do, but let me point out that you seem to be aware of the salience that this appears to be a setup, and knowing what I do about how Duckling maneuvered and what Pete said this morning, it kind of obviously
he
was.
became
And
really
I hope you do something
and now
about
I'm
that.
using
But go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's pretty clear that Beat at least was planning to do this thing to like expose or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I think that's the only reason she would have taken the screenshot of you two alone in voice channel, weeks ago. She said.
Which I don't remember, and I showed you all the logs. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't think it's a fake screenshot, but I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the point is typically when people do things like that, it's because they are planning something. And if she took that screenshot weeks ago, like it seems to indicate that she was planning something like this, right?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah, especially because I did go through the logs for the past several weeks up until the probably like the first 2 weeks of vlogs are gone. So it had to
Right.
been then. So that's 6 weeks of having that screenshot ready already.
Right.
So literally when we started talking at the beginning of
yeah. So my issue, I guess, is that, like I said, we've had similar conversations before, where you were speaking about personal stuff with teenagers, and that blew up too with Muna.
Yeah, I know.
And it seems like you were like, I mean, I posted the screenshots, right, where you were refusing to show the DMs, and she was also refusing to show the DMs, and there's personal stuff in there.
Oh,
And
me,
I think that
me and Muna?
no, you and Beat, both of you
Oh.
refused to post like the full DMs, right? Both of you initially offered, and then refused to post like all of your DMs because there was like personal stuff in there.
That's
And
not my
given that you
reason,
like,
though. That's not my reason. I reflexively was gonna do it, and then I decided I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm the one being accused. She can do it. If like, I didn't do anything wrong, so no, I'm not gonna fucking do it. It has nothing to do with personal stuff now, even though it does.
wait, it's nothing to do with personal stuff, even though it does.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't because it's you and I trust you. But at the same time, I'm the one being accused. This is bullshit. Why should I have to screen record anything? Like, who am I exonerating myself to?
You're a
Except you.
30-year-old man.
Okay. Well, I think so. Like I said, the reality I think is that no evidence of you doing anything sexual. She said
Because there is
herself
none. There
that
is none.
you were not sexual or flirty, but I think that the issue is that you, I think you don't like maintain like appropriate boundaries with the people that you speak to,
I
both like minors
agree.
and like other adults.
Yeah, those are my two words for not a year, but boundaries and barriers. Can't change overnight, Doobie.
Boundaries and
It's a work
barriers.
in progress. Boundaries and barriers. I am actually doing my best to self-improve, and you're right. It applies broadly to all my social interactions.
Yeah, I think this is
But
like the core issue, right? You just have like you have trouble maintaining appropriate boundaries.
but
Like you
I'm
speak to
proud.
someone and you are so much an open book, you end up like
Yeah,
unloading
I
your
know,
life at them, right?
and
Even if they're like 15 or 16 years old.
I truly learned my lesson or a lesson through the Muna situation, and
But you
I
didn't
have
because you did something similar with Beat.
no. I did. Even if I did do something similar with Beat, because the Muna situation changed my compass orientation with regards to how much of an open book I am with anybody that I
Bro,
trust.
you're retarded.
And I haven't talked since that happened with her. I've only talked to like two or three people, Epic, Muna, and I'm really trying to work on the boundaries barriers thing.
Okay.
I'm much more cognizant of it than I was a year ago. Put it that way.
Okay.
I might be
Well,
being a lot more. I might be being a lot more defensive a year ago, just because of naivete and feeling like I'm being accused. But I understand boundaries and barriers. I've actually literally it's been a mantra of mine for
Yeah, you haven't been
maybe this whole
following it.
year, maybe early 2020 or late 2020, but almost a year now.
all right. So
I forget who I forget who said it to me, bro. But they said boundaries and
like
barriers. You
put
gotta work.
yourself in the shoes of like Beat's parents, for example, right? So if you had a daughter and you found out that a 30-something-year-old man was sending her plushies over Discord or like speaking to her for like 4,000 messages you guys exchange in like a little over a month. Like, don't you think that'd be like a little bit uncomfortable that that's happening?
Okay, so are you asking me or
I'm
like
asking you if you had a
but
16-year-old daughter who's having like
right?
long form private
That,
conversations with
that,
with another man.
that's a. I think if that's an issue, which it framed like that, yeah, that's an issue. That's a parenting issue fundamentally, right?
No, wait, hold on. How's it a parenting issue?
Like I
Because
mean,
they
if
should know
you're
not to speak to you. Like that's
oh,
the issue.
let me put it this way. My little sister is Beat's age and has never received a doll. She's got the grooming conversation. She's not on Discord. There's none of this
Wait,
going
hold
on
on.
with her.
So your little sister, who I think you said is around Beat's age. So
Yeah,
you think that the issue is that they're not like your sister and that they don't know not to speak to someone like you, basically.
I know. I mean, Beat has told me enough that I know she has unfettered. She's not like my sister, where she's protected from. Uh, I mean, it's your server, but it's a server full of adults where minors are allowed to
Yeah, but
be
that
here.
doesn't mean
Wait,
speak to
then
the
he
minors
knows it's
in
wrong.
DMs and for like thousands of messages.
Uh, if
Like
you're not being
if you think that better parenting would be her knowing not to speak to you, like that's don't you think that says something about how you feel about what you're doing?
let me get back to the word that I used with that goofball reciprocal. Do uh, do you think I should ignore
He
people
knows
who
what he's
message me
doing
just
is
because they're
wrong
her
because
age?
he's
Or
saying
like,
it.
how do you think I should engage?
Yes,
What is your
ignore
Basically,
them.
yes.
what?
I think you should keep conversations with minors to be like extremely
Okay,
shallow,
I
surface level
agree.
shit if they happen at all, and rarely have them in DMs. There's
Okay,
usually
I
not a
agree.
good reason to speak to a minor in DMs.
I agree with yeah, I agree pretty much with what you just said.
But you
And
don't because you were just telling me
You can't stop yourself.
no, no, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm
that it's
listening.
like reciprocal. Like the issue is that she was speaking to you too, so you wanted to speak to her. So if that's true, if you think it's okay because it was reciprocal, you don't agree with me. Because
No, no, no.
typically when a minor DMs me about anything, I just say, okay, Troy, fuck off. Like unless they're like doing about some odd shit, I don't. There's no
No,
real, like good reason to speak to them in DMs. If they have
I was
anything to
getting
talk
your.
to me about, we can do it in public.
No, yeah, you don't understand. I'm agreeing with you. Like I don't know how many fucking minors you think I talk to, but the beat and heat. That's it. Those are and John Doe, but we talk in public
We
about
both know the side.
UFC. What do you mean? Name
Beat
one.
and Heat, and those are the only minors you speak to in DMs.
Yeah, name one in the past month. Hold on,
In the
let me go
past
through.
month, I say.
Okay, woman, I guess, because she DM'd me about fucking getting in
Woman.
trouble or something, but I ignored her.
Is one of them actually one of them DM'd me during this. What's her name? Schizo
Um,
Blackwood is what she calls herself, or
yeah, that's
Mid
woman.
Clown.
Yeah,
That's
that's
woman.
woman. Yep.
Okay, and she's like
I'm
17,
going. I'm
right? She
going through
DM'd me
my.
about how you're a really nice guy and you went through it with her and yada yada. So I don't think that you're like again having surface level conversations with her. It seems like you're having deep conversations with her, enough for her to send me like paragraphs of DMs talking about how nice a guy you are.
No, we were in a VC together in your server, and somebody came in and started calling me a pedophile, and she started getting because we were talking about setting up her new computer and stuff, and her streaming with some other guy, and this guy just comes in and starts talking about me being weird because I'm in there with a minor, and there's another guy, and she just started getting really defensive of me. Like I didn't ask her to do it, but she did, and rhetorically, it actually sounded pretty good. Like, fuck if I'm gonna disagree. She was saying facts.
So how many
Like,
DMs do you have with her?
I'll check right now. Not many.
Okay.
Yeah, less than 1,000.
Less than 1,000?
Yeah, and we have talked since 5/17.
Well, why is it even near 1,000? Like this is what I don't understand. Like she's 17 years old. Like why do you have like 1,000, almost 1,000 messages worth of shit to say to her in DMs?
Bruh, I'm online all day. And I'm on Santa server like that's I'm going through it. That's literally all we're talking about. Fucking I want to leave Santa server. No, don't do that. Can you give me this role? I hate the new Discord UI. All right, what's up? I think Santa server. I've been admin. Da da da. It's da. Yep, I told her the rules. Fucking. Let me scroll down, see what else we talk about. I don't know. She sent me a TikTok. I ignored it.
I'm trying to like wrap my head around this because I just checked my DMs with the person that I probably DM'd the most on Discord, right? Like the individual, and I've been speaking to this person regularly since I got this account
Yeah. So real quick.
in
Uh,
February, right?
I'm,
And
sorry.
I have 1,600 messages to them. They have 2,000 messages to me, and that is like fucking months, right? And this is an adult, but
And
this
I
is
have
like
30.
since February, and I don't understand like I
I
don't
have
understand like
16.
why you have so much to talk to these kids about. Like I really don't get it.
I match energy. I can talk for hours. Look, I've got 300,000 DMs with somebody and another 250,000 with another person. I met somebody a month ago that I have, I think, 13,000 with. I don't know what you're asking except why do you talk so much, which everybody knows I do. And by the way, I went through the whole DMs, and 80% of my DMs with woman is her just bitching about getting muted and
Yeah,
me being like, yeah, that sucks.
I see.
Like I'm reading this one. Gay, I lost my rank too. Just wait and ask Hippity. No big deal. She said for real.
Okay, so this has been going on
Or
for a while. So like I feel like we just need to like cut to the chase. So I felt like because you've been here for a long time, been part of the community for fucking 5-6 years, I think, or something, right? Like a long time. And when this stuff comes up, we've always looked into it and found that it was bullshit and told people who accuse you of being a pedo or whatever to fuck off. Um, and so I actually, like I said, I don't think there's any strong evidence of you being like a pedophile, right? I think there are times where it seems you're inappropriate. I think that you don't maintain appropriate boundaries. But
I
I don't
agree,
think there's any evidence.
but
I don't think there's any evidence of you like speaking sexually to a minor or like sexing them or sending them your dick or anything like that.
there isn't, and I would hope you would ban me if there was.
Okay, but the other issue I have is that we've had this conversation about the boundaries thing before. It's a recurring problem, and speaking to you about it just now, it doesn't seem like you understand like why it's so like what's like what the issue is. Like I feel like we're going to leave here, and you're going to continue having deep personal conversations with children, and it's going to come up again, like over and over again. So I really don't, and given I don't think it's a good idea for you to be here anymore. Like I think you need to work on some shit. Like I think that if you're having like hundreds of thousands of messages with people,
No, those
13,000
are
messages with somebody you met
uh,
like a month ago,
all,
I
all
think
three
you need to
people are
disconnect from
close to
Discord.
adult.
I know, hold on. I think you need to disconnect from Discord, like unironically.
Bro,
Like this is it's too
you
much.
don't know what's going on in my life. I mean, you can tell me to disconnect from Discord, but that
I
doesn't
think you need to
change
disconnect from
this.
Discord. I think it's fucked up. You're thinking. I think everything's out of perspective. I think
Wait a
that you
minute.
really need you need to disconnect.
Are you giving me an option or are you punishing me?
No, I'm not. I'm not punishing you. I'm banning you because I don't think it's healthy for you to be here anymore. I think you need to disconnect from Discord. Like as somebody
Oh,
who's known you for years, I do think that you are in a really unhealthy headspace right now, and I don't think you should be on Discord. I think you got to work out
before,
whatever's going on in your life and focus on that.
real quick, before you decide to do that, would you be okay with talking in private real quick and just see if we'll talk about this, just me and you, real quick?
Sure, we can do that in a bit. I'm going to ban you from the server. Then we can talk in
May
private. Okay.
will you unban me if the talk goes all right?
If you somehow change my mind, yes. But like I said, if somebody's known you for years,
You have to give me a
I
chance,
think
bro.
you're in an
You got
extremely unhealthy headspace. Having 13,000 messages with somebody you met a month ago, and thousands with other people in that same time frame. Like I think that like you keep this in like in perspective. You also had like over 4,000 messages with or almost 4,000 messages with Beat in that same time frame, right? A little over a month. So like
wait with
I
beat.
yeah,
No,
with
no, no.
Beat in the same
Beat is
time frame,
only.
you had like 13,000 messages with somebody else. Like I think you just got to disconnect. Like I think it's like you're like too deep in it right now. Yeah,
You
so we can
can't
talk
give
in
him a
private, but
chance.
I think that's just what it has to be, unfortunately. Okay. Do you understand where I'm coming from?
No, I don't actually. I think you're being unreasonable, and I understand all your concerns. Especially the part where you say you don't think I'm in a good headspace or whatever, and that's why I wanted to just talk to you in private rather than in front of 300 fucking people. But
Yeah.
listen, bro, it's your server. If this is actually how you're going to, I mean, because you've got the full context and everything. If this is how you feel like you should be and behave
Dude, you
and
can't
punish
behave
me,
like
then
that.
go ahead and do it. But yeah, no, I don't agree. I don't know where you're coming from. That's not how I think. If somebody's innocent, somebody's innocent. And
Dude, you
yeah, I
can't
understand what you're saying
control
about the not
yourself,
in a good
dude.
headspace thing, but other than that, everything else you said is not valid to me.
Okay. Well, like I said, we can
I
speak
didn't do anything wrong.
in private if you'd like, and I'm gonna go ahead and ban you from the server now. Okay.
What am I being banned for?
Because I think you're in an unhealthy headspace right now, and I don't think this is the right place for you. I think you need to disconnect from Discord.
Okay, and
And
when am I allowed to do
as
that?
the person who is taking responsibility for the community, or one of the people who's done that, I think it's unfortunately my place to push the button.
Can I ask you something though? Do you at least acknowledge that people have been trying to get you to ban me for years?
Yeah, absolutely. And
you're
I've told them to fuck off for years because whenever I looked into it, it was bullshit.
and
But
now
I
you're
don't think this is all bullshit. I think this is a recurring problem of you having inappropriate boundaries or not maintaining the appropriate boundaries. And I think this is going to continue because you are not in a healthy headspace, and I don't think this is the right space for you. Especially if you're at the point where it's so bad that people are like doxing you and trying to like hit you in the real world, right? Like,
yeah, because they called Muhammad a fucking child predator and a child rapist.
I don't think
like,
that's why. I don't think that's why.
I was
think it's
in the
because,
VC.
I think
They
it's
were
because
talking
people
about.
reasonably do not believe you when you say that you're all this is innocent and that you're always appropriate, that you've never been sexual. I think at this point it's reasonable for them not to believe that you're not a pedophile. Right? I think it's if somebody thought you're a pedophile, I'd understand why. Not, and I don't think that you are, but I can understand why they would think that. And given that this comes up over and over and over again because you refuse to maintain healthy boundaries, I just don't think this is a good space for you.
So I'm not welcome.
Not right now, no.
Okay, but you know, I'm not gonna stitch on people.
Okay. Well, we can talk in DMs. I will see you later.
Yeah. Can we call immediately after this real quick? It'll be short.
Sure. Bye bye.
Okay, thanks. We good?
Okay. Well, that's that. I will be back.
Go back to your room,
Hey,
you
yo,
rabid
holy
animals.
shit,
No, wait, Hans. Wait. I was taking notes. Let me go off. I was taking notes.